Hello everyone, and welcome to the Are We Free movement. This is Jamal Barnes here, and we are going to continue from the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, please check that out. It does talk about celebrities, in particular minority celebrities, and how there have been some rhetoric coming from some of the fellow minority celebrities regarding Bill Cosby and what they believe that people are just holding them down. Every time a minority celebrity gets big, they end up coming back down, and that they're always being held back by other issues. So I'm going to continue there. One topic I wanted to get into. We had some politicians over the last year who've been shouting all types of inflammatory, divisive, and what I find very harsh rhetoric towards the police officers. Now, there has been an issue of, as of late, of minorities who are being attacked by police officers across the United States. We've seen this with the Trayvon Martin thing a few years ago. We've seen this with the Michael Brown thing back in 2014. We've seen it with the Baltimore riots last year with the Freddie Gray thing. And the rhetoric just doesn't seem to stop. And as I said in the previous video, our society is getting more divisive by the year. I can't even understand what has happened is nobody wants to come together. It seems like everybody just is out to get each other. Everybody wants to attack each other. Nobody wants to come together and say, we need to reach a resolution. And there's one example of what I'm talking about. So, this was a few days ago up in Mississippi. A politician, a city councilman up in Mississippi, Kenneth Stokes, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Kenneth Stokes unless you all are from Jackson, Mississippi. But anyway, he has suggested that let's get rocks, let's get bricks, and let's get bottles, and let's throw that at police officers. Also, to continue that quote, he says, and we will start throwing them, and then they won't come in here anymore. This was regarding the police. Apparently, according to him, they were chasing after some small-time crooks, which could be possibly minority criminals. And he claims, basically what he's saying is kind of like what the same rhetoric that one of the guys who was related to Michael Brown back in 2014 saying, burn this bee down, burn this bee down. I mean, does that make it to me? Does it make a difference whether it's Michael Brown's a relative or whether it's a city councilman saying the same rhetoric? I mean, inciting a riot? I believe this guy is inciting a riot. And now the governor and the county sheriff are threatening to have prosecutors investigate him over the suggestion. Now, me personally, I think this guy clearly doesn't seem to understand that you can't just threaten people's lives. You can't just threaten police lives. He is part of the inflammatory movement to just kill off all police officers. Now, there are some bad cops out there. There are bad police officers. There's bad teachers. There's bad people in every single job industry. It's just that the small percentage of bad police officers affected for the good police officers that are out there. So in this case here, he's basically inciting a riot. He is saying divisive rhetoric that is not bringing society together, but is actually making society even more divided. And this is some of the rhetoric that folks like the Black Lives Matter movement have stated. They believe this kind of rhetoric. And I haven't seen Black Lives Matter come out and denounce this guy's rhetoric. Not at all. And he is a city councilman in the city of Jackson, Mississippi. A black city councilman. Now, I understand that most people are going to say, well, he's a race monger, and I'm a hate monger, or I'm a racist for supporting the police. I'm not saying I support all police officers, but I do support the majority of police officers. And to me, this type of rhetoric is very extreme. This is a type of rhetoric that incites a lot of war. This is a type of rhetoric that shouldn't even be taking place right now. Right now, society is very tense in the U.S. regarding minorities and police officers. And what we're seeing is, it has become so bad that it has crossed political lines. You have the Black Lives Matter movement with the Democrats, and you have the All Lives Matter movement with the conservatives. And unfortunately, both sides are clearly not seeing eye to eye. Now, should this guy be prosecuted for inciting a riot? In my opinion, absolutely. He shouldn't be inciting a riot. Okay? And that's what he was doing. Now, some people are probably going to say, well, he shouldn't be going to jail. He was acting on emotion. I say it's called keep your composure and not inciting riots. Because this is type of rhetoric. It's not bringing us together. And it clearly is making society more divided than ever before. Here's a thought. So, what do you guys think of the city councilman? Should he be charged for inciting a riot? Was he acting on emotion? Do you believe that he was acting on emotion? Do you believe that he should resign from his post? Please comment and post your opinions below the comment section of this video. Thank you all so much for viewing us tonight. And this other video, we've got the Saudis versus the Iranians, which is going to be very, very interesting. And I still got to talk about Uber. Uber is I don't know if you all noticed, but Uber is kind of like a taxi company that you book online. But the reason I'm talking about it is because apparently a lot of people are upset with Uber from New Year's Eve. But I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. So, like I said, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment on this video what you all think of this city councilman Kenneth Stokes in Jackson, Mississippi. Like us on Facebook, the Onward Movement Facebook page. And thank you all so much for viewing today. Please check out our next videos regarding the Uber thing and the Saudis versus the Iranians. Saudi thing, that's going to be very, very interesting because I actually have a lot to say on that one. So, thank you all so much and have a wonderful night, everyone.